All right, guys. UFC 322, Makhachev versus JDM finished. I'm going to be matchmaking key fighters from this card. If you're not subscribed yet, please subscribe to my channel. It's a brand new channel. I try to post every single day. Hope you guys enjoy my content. Let's start with Islam Makhachev. Islam Makhachev dominated JDM, pillar to post, beat him in the striking. Calf kicks were nasty. Single leg, takedown, dump, beautiful, right? Double leg all day. He was just gorgeous to watch. Wizard throw. I mean, Islam had a perfect performance. I said he might have been too small, not against JDM, but JDM's also an average size welterweight, but against other guys would probably be a problem. But I think that Islam, his next fight, he said the White House card, he wants to be on it. I honestly think that he should get it, unless they try to do Conor McGregor, so their teams can't probably match up there. But I think his next fight, regardless, should be Kamaru Usman. Why Kamaru Usman? Because Kamaru Usman has beaten Joaquin Buckley. He took a short notice fight versus Hamzat. He's a long reigning champion at welterweight for multiple years, I think 3 or 4 years. He's a very good fighter. He was a boogeyman at the division. Kamaru Usman is a great fighter, and now you have the former number one pound per pound goat in not goat, but number one pound for pound fighter in the world was Kamaru Usman for a couple years. Now Islam is the number one pound for pound. Have them fight it out. They've been talking about fighting for a while now. Since like 4 or 5 years, they've been talking about it. Since Islam was in like title contention at lightweight, they've been talking about fighting each other at 170 when Usman still had the belt. So this is a fight I think they should make right here. Both are under management under Ali Abdelaziz. Why not make this fight? Kamaru Usman did the UFC a favor when taking the Hamzat fight. Do Kamaru Usman a favor, give him an Islam fight. He already beat Joaquin Buckley, what everybody thought he was going to lose. He was a massive underdog, and now give him Islam. I think that's a good matchup. Next, Weili Zhang, Valentina. Valentina is going to be fighting Aaron Blanchfield, right? Aaron Blanchfield and Valentina just fought on the same card at UFC 322. Valentina dominated that fight. I told you guys, put all your dollars on that fight. Valentina is so much better than Weili everywhere. Grappling, striking, distance management, wrestling, anything you can name it, chess, anything you name it, shooting guns, anything you want to name, she's better than her. Weili Zhang is too small. And that's just what it was. Aaron Blanchfield and Valentina Shevchenko should fight each other. This will be an interesting matchup because Valentina Shevchenko does not angle out as much as she should. She's a Muay Thai fighter. She stands right in front of you, and she likes to bang combinations. And Aaron Blanchfield has the athleticism of Ben Askren, and she's not athletic at all. And she's going to be happy to fight Valentina Shevchenko, who doesn't move left or right, and she stays stationary. That's what Blanchfield wants. It'll be a good matchup. Valentina Shevchenko versus Blanchfield next. I think that's the matchup to make. Manon Fiorot already had a title shot. She just beat Jasmine Jastovicius, right? Rose Namajunas on a losing streak. Who else is there in that division? I think you have to give to Aaron Blanchfield. She's proven. I think her only loss is to Manon Fiorot, so you have to give her that fight. She beat Talia Santos as well. She beat Rose Namajunas, and just beat Tracy Cortez. So you got to give her that fight. Next is Carlos Prates. Carlos Prates had an impressive performance versus Leon Edwards, where he KO'd him stiff. Leon Edwards was out like a light, no Drake. Excuse me. Carlos Prates should be fighting for the title, yes, but he's not going to because he's too active of a fighter. That's the problem with Carlos Prates. He loves fighting, right? And that's a great thing to have because he's the best fighting nerd there. Him and Gene Silva are the best fighting nerds there. Hoofy is overrated. Kyle Brio is overrated. Carlos Prates, he's a legit striker with dangerous KO power, and so is Gene Silva. But Carlos Prates, he should be fighting next is Joaquin Buckley. Yes, I know. Why Joaquin Buckley? That's down in the rankings. He just beat Leon Edwards, former champion. Because Joaquin Buckley is having a wrestling match soon at Real American Freestyle. And I think that Joaquin Buckley will be ready to fight. I think Carlos Prates will be ready to fight. Carlos Prates fights like every 2 or 3 months anyways. So let's have them fight probably in January or February on a pay-per-view. This will be basically Carlos Prates gets past this, gets another KO, highlight reel KO. Let's give Carlos Prates the title shot afterwards. Islam versus Prates. But that welterweight division is logjam. I mean, you still have Ian Gary versus Bilal Muhammad, so that's an actual another issue in itself. But next we have Michael Morales. Michael Morales should be fighting Ian Gary, the winner of Ian Gary, Bilal Muhammad. Again, this is too much of a logjam at welterweight. We need to do these matchups. Some of these young guys have to fight each other, right? I didn't want to do Prates versus Morales because I don't want a prospect to be killed that fast. I mean, why would you do that to yourself? So let's give Ian Gary and Michael Morales a fight, a dance, a man's dance. That's what Sean Strickland would say. Michael Morales and Ian Gary. Michael Morales is a big, big striker. Ian Gary is a big, big striker. This is a good matchup to have. I think Ian Gary should beat Bilal Muhammad. I think the young guard of welterweight is taking over now. They're beating all these old guys. I know Sean Brady really isn't an old guy, but he's 32 while this guy's 25. Ian Gary's still young, you know. Joaquin Buckley was still young when he beat Colby Covington. Lost to Usman though, but the younger welterweights are beating the older guards. And now let's have the two younger guys face each other. That's where you need to put them. That's a good matchup. Excuse me. Next is Benoit Saint Denis. Benoit Saint Denis. He should be fighting next is Justin Gaethje. This will be fireworks. This guy, Benoit Saint Denis, is quickly moving up the ranks of the most exciting fighters in MMA history. This dude, all he knows is one pace. It's go forward and let's duke it out, or I'll grapple fuck you, and I'll beat the shit out of you grappling. He is a very exciting fighter. I love watching Benoit Saint Denis fight, and him versus Justin Gaethje will be war because it's either a striker is going to win or a grappler is going to win. Either Justin Gaethje gets submitted in 10 seconds or Benoit Saint Denis gets knocked out in a round or two. That's the only way this fight goes. And this is a great fight. You tell Justin Gaethje, hey, I know you wanted the title shot, but we're going to give you a lot of money here to fight Benoit Saint Denis, somebody that Dustin Poirier already put out. The Benoit Saint Denis has a big name, right? Because everybody knows who Benoit Saint Denis is if you watch UFC. So Justin Gaethje is going to fight a big name, something that he wants to fight. He doesn't want to fight a guy like Dan Hooker. He doesn't want to fight a guy like Fiziev again. He doesn't want to fight a guy that doesn't have a name. Benoit Saint Denis has a big enough name, especially in Europe, in France. Maybe you do this fight in France. That will be a great, great fight for BSD and Gaethje to have, right? That's great matchmaking, I think. Bo Nickal's next. Bo Nickal. Does he need a ranked opponent? Does he need a ranked opponent? Does he need a ranked opponent? No, I don't think so. You give him Dustin Stoltzfus. You give him a guy who's not good at anything. Dustin Stoltzfus is terrible. He lost to Kelvin Gastelum, but Kelvin Gastelum looked like shit the whole entire fight. Give him Dustin Stoltzfus. Build his record. Build his confidence, have him back to there. Because who is he going to fight in the UFC rankings? I mean, Marvin Vettori. Is he going to beat Marvin Vettori? I don't know. Is he going to beat Roman Dolidze? That's probably his best chance. But I don't think you should give him Roman Dolidze because after you beat Roman Dolidze, what happens? You have to fight in the top 10 afterwards. Do you want to do that if you're Bo Nickal? Probably not. Let's get Dustin Stoltzfus, and then maybe you get a Roman Dolidze type in December, July card, something like that. But you should be able to turn around quick. You did note you really didn't get hit by Rodolfo Vieira at all. You're pot shotting. You're fighting so overratedly. I mean, you should have had this guy out in the first or second round. Just a speed advantage was crazy. But it's exactly what I want. I want Dustin Stoltzfus, who's a slower fighter as well, doesn't move his head as well either, versus Bo Nickal. Basically the same exact matchup as Rodolfo Vieira, but a little bit tad more athletic and a little bit more dangerous on the feet. Next is Jack Della Maddalena. There's only one person Jack Della Maddalena has to fight, right? It's only one person, and that's Sean Brady. I mean, these two have to fight. I think they've already been matched up before, and then the fight got canceled. So Jack Della Maddalena went up to go fight. He went to fight for the belt versus Bilal. But this is the matchup you have to make. Sean Brady, both and JDM are coming off losses. This is the matchup you have to make. Sean Brady was the number 2 ranked, while JDM was the champion. So if you win this, you're one fight away back from the contender spot. This is exactly what needs to be made. This is what the UFC likes to do too, right? Loss versus loss. This is how they match make. One guy has momentum. One guy's will have 2 losses. Will go down to the rankings, fight somebody else that is younger and a prospect, and that's how it usually goes. So JDM, probably like Bond theme. JDM versus Sean Brady. That's the way to match make here. I think that's the UFC. If I had to say for certain what would happen, I think the Islam versus Usman thing is for sure happening. And I think JDM versus Sean Brady is for sure happening. And I think the next one is for sure happening also is Weili Zhang versus Mackenzie Dern. I think this is for sure happening. How is this fight not going to happen? Weili Zhang proved that she's not good enough to win the title over there at 125. What is she going to do over there? She would get smoked by Manafiro. Manafiro will probably win 50-45 and just destroy her. I mean, she's just too good. She's just too big. Manafiro is a very good fighter. Maybe she fights Jasmine Jastovicius. She's maybe too athletic for Jasmine Jastovicius. But, like, do you want to be a contender or do you want to be a champion, Weili? Do you want to be the face of China for women, right, that they don't have? Do you want to be that? Then go be down at 115. Go fight Mackenzie Dern. This fight has to happen. Go lose some muscle. Go back to 115. Fight there. Win your championship. Reign over there for like 3 or 4 more fights. Then retire or come back up later when Valentina Shevchenko's out and retire, so you can probably go fight like Manafiro or something like that and probably get your ass whooped again. But that's what should happen. Next is Leon Edwards. One guy Leon Edwards should fight. There's no doubt in my mind. I know he's injured. I know he has injury problems, but he should be fighting Leon Edwards is Shavkat Rakhmonov. This fight should be happening. Why Shavkat? Because Leon Edwards can probably be thinking, hey, all right, let me fight Shavkat. Let me fight somebody that I can get my hype back if I win. If I beat Shavkat, I'll get hype back. And then Shavkat's like, all right, I'll beat Leon Edwards. This is a good tune-up fight to be back in the elite level because Leon Edwards is not elite anymore. And Shavkat would smoke Leon Edwards. But this is a good fight for a tune-up fight for Shavkat, which is the former champion, which is crazy to say. But Leon Edwards is so far past that Kamaru Usman fight number 3 performance that I think this is a good fight to have. I think Shavkat would give problems to Leon Edwards, but Leon Edwards also has good takedowns and good grappling. He's slick with his grappling. People forget man. He's slick with the grappling. You got to put respect on Leon Edwards' grappling. And Shavkat versus Leon will be a good fight. And I think that's a good tune-up fight for Shavkat to come back into title contention at the welterweight division. Next is Fatima Klein. I could have done Malcolm Wallmaker. I could have done other fighters, but I like Fatima Klein. I think she's going to be a world champion at 115. I'm going to be matching her up with Jessica Andrade. And please make this matchup. And please take my money every sports book because I'm hammering Fatima Klein by submission. The easiest bet probably ever. Fatima Klein is going to be ranked after beating Angela Hill. She dominated Angela Hill 30-27 everywhere besides one judge's scorecard, which was crazy. Jessica Andrade, she just lost to Lupe Godinez. Fatima Klein's a good striker. She has good takedowns. She's a good BJJ girl. She's going to be very, very good in this division. And she needs to take out the old guard, which is Jessica Andrade, who doesn't care about fighting anymore. She cares about checks and spreading her ass on OnlyFans like she used to pay off her houses. But that's it. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like and subscribe. Thank you.